In this installment, we're going to be going over the Wednesday NBA Draftkings and Fanduel slate for March 15th. Let's get into it. In this installment, we're going to be going over the March 15th NBA slate on DraftKings and FanDuel. But before I deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetShetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about the Patreon. If you want more winning bets, if you want NBA futures, if you want to be ready for the NFL draft coming up, get in tuned right now to that Patreon. All the links will be provided down below. Before we go position by position, you guys, you already know the deal. The injury report is going to be very, very important. Before I run off a couple of these names, you got to stay tuned to RotoWire/NBA. You got to go to Roto World, or you can be connected with Twitter. Anything that is going to give you up-to-date information on the ins and outs of all these starting lineups for the games on a Wednesday. So for the out right now, we are looking towards Luka Doncic. He's trending towards being out. LeBron James is still out. Donovan Mitchell, Jarrett Allen, and Andrew Wiggins. So far, those are the names that we have that are going to be out for Wednesday. Stay tuned to updated information. And now let's move on to the point guards. For the point guards, we're going to start off with Steph Curry, man. He has been on fire since coming back from his injury. In his previous game in a blowout of the Phoenix Suns, he handled them very well, had 38 fantasy points there. Before that, he stepped up huge, closing out the Milwaukee Bucks with 56 fantasy points. The game prior, 55.7. And then against OKC Thunder, 60 fantasy points. So Stephen Curry here in this game against the Los Angeles Clippers is looking like a stud. In a previous matchup against the Clippers, he only had 44 fantasy points here, but I expect better numbers from him in this particular game. The Clippers have been struggling across the board against opposing point guards. They're 28th in points, allowing 30 points per game. They're 27th in field goals made, allowing 10.98. They're 26th in three-pointers made, allowing 3.34. And they're 26th in the league, allowing 2.21 steals per game. So Stephen Curry is looking like someone that we can go towards here in a in-division matchup here against the Los Angeles Clippers. I like Stephen Curry. I do not mind paying up for him at $10,500 in salary. The next point guard we're going to be looking at will be Marcus Smart of the Boston Celtics here. Coming off an embarrassing loss against the Houston Rockets. It was a late Jason Tatum layup that he did miss. And we got Marcus Smart here in a very positive game script against Minnesota. I expect him to pressure, and I expect him to take advantage of the opportunities he's going to have going up against this Minnesota Timberwolves defense here, where he can knock down an occasional three. He's going to provide high energy. He's going to get you steals, assists. Those are going to be the peripherals that are going to boost up his value here at $5,400 in salary. He is at a value. He has not been at this price for at least a month and even further. Okay, I continue to go down. He's usually in that 6K range. This is a big value to get Marcus Smart at this price, who has the upside to give you 30 or more. If he's knocking down that three-point ball, you can see a 38 performance like he did against Detroit, 37 against Golden State, 43 against Brooklyn. So you see some upside here. Love Marcus Smart at $5,400. And then our last but not least, point guard will be Darius Garland here at $7,600 with Donovan Mitchell trending towards being out. Definitely stay tuned to that. Darius Garland is going to be a guy we're going to look towards. He's going to have to be the number one leader here between him and Evan Mobley. Darius Garland, 45 fantasy points against Charlotte. He shot mediocre in that game. We want a little bit of a better performance here. Philly, on the road, it struggles just a tad bit more. So Cleveland at home with Darius Garland I expect him to put up some points in bunches. In our previous 2 matchups, he's already averaging 41, but we're going to get a usage bump if Donovan Mitchell is out. So definitely look towards that. And I like Darius Garland at 7,600, especially if Mitchell is out. Let's go on to the shooting guards. At the shooting guard position, we are going to start off with D'Angelo Russell, man. We've been riding the Lakers as of late, if it was Anthony Davis, and if it's even D'Angelo Russell here. And the key component is the opponent. The opponent is the Houston Rockets. I continue to attack this because it is a very good spot. And we're looking at D'Angelo Russell. He's been on fire, okay? 5-8 from three-pointer against Toronto, 6 of 11 against the Knicks. What do you think the weakness of the Houston Rockets is? They play no defense, and they've given up a ton of threes. So Russell's in a prime spot here, even at 7,700. Between him and Anthony Davis, these are going to be the leaders of the Los Angeles Lakers while LeBron James is out. So at this price of 7,700, let's just go over some of the numbers. The Houston Rockets are 22nd in the league, allowing 29.74 points per game. They're 23rd in the league in field goals made, allowing 10.6 per game. They're 24th in three-pointers made, allowing 4.36 a game. And they're 26th in rebounds, allowing 8.94 a game. And they're 27th in steals, allowing 2.26 a game. So Russell, red hot. We getting peripherals here. If we get rebounds, we're getting a high 3-point percentage and steals. He's going to be able to produce another 50 bomb here against the Houston Rockets. The only concern is that the game could get out of hand, but I expect him and Davis to put up the majority of those points, all right? So the next play for the shooting guard position will be Anthony Edwards, okay? Anthony Edwards is going up against the Boston Celtics here. Yes, you're going to get an angry Boston Celtics team, but this is a spot where they're on the road, and this is a spot where Minnesota is not scared, despite losing a lot of their players. The talent and Towns and Rudy Gobert has been in and out the lineup. Anthony Edwards has stepped up, and in the previous performance against these Boston Celtics, who's so good defensively, this is a different caliber here in Anthony Edwards. He is coming amongst that elite tier, and he has 30 real points against this Boston defense here, 47 fantasy points. I love him in this spot here. He's going to be the general for this offense, the leader of this offense as well. And at 9,400, someone that's going to give us 50 plus upside, definitely going to look towards that. All right, now let's go on to the small forwards. On to our thumbnail player, and that is Kawhi Leonard, the Claw here. He's finally healthy now, and performing outstandingly. Going up against the Golden State Warriors, this is one of their weak spots against opposing small forwards. Going across the board, they're 26th in points, allowing 24.55. They're 28th in field goals made, allowing 7.03. They're 26th in field goal percentage, allowing 47% shooting. They're 27th in the league at three-pointers made, allowing 3.09. They're 27th in the league in three-point percentage, allowing 38.4. They're 28th in the league, allowing 5.18 assists, and they're 29th in steals, allowing 1.91. So Kawhi Leonard in this spot is a very good option here. 2 previous games, he went well over his season average. 41.5 fantasy points per game, where he's been getting around that 47 range. And as you can see, as of late, he's been getting a couple 50 bombs here. 51 against Toronto, 56 against Memphis. This is perfect timing for him to turn things up. And he's getting at a very discounted price, $9,000 in salary. He has not been this cheap in the past 2 months, as all the way from January. So this is a discounted Kawhi Leonard. Love him in this game going up against Golden State Warriors. Back and forth environment, high scoring, and has the possibility to go down the wire and even overtime. So Kawhi Leonard is a love at the small forward position. The next small forward will be going back to the Lakers. Like I said, LeBron is continuing out. We're gonna continue to attack this. All right, this has some upside here. We're gonna go with Jared Vanderbilt. All right, Jared Vanderbilt is a wing that they're gonna use at a very high allotment. They're gonna utilize his ability of defense, and if he can put up points with the defensive numbers, we're looking at a blow up spot. Hopefully, we can get a 35 like he did against Golden State, or a 47 like he did against Dallas. So a 30 like he did against Golden State yet again. So Vanderbilt, if he can put the defense with the points, we can have a very good option here. They priced him up at 5,900. This is going to be a spot where he's going to get a ton of steals, a ton of blocks. This is him, a veteran defender, taking advantage of a young team here. Jared Vanderbilt is primed for a big performance in peripheral numbers everywhere. So I love him a little bit more on FanDuel because of the blocks and steals upside, but also he is a play on DraftKings. Let's go on to the power forwards. For the power forward position, we're going to start off with Al Horford going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are going to be a little bit thin at that center position. No Karl-Anthony Towns. We're going to see about Rudy Gobert. He's been in and out for the past couple weeks here. Al Horford at 5,500. This is a spot where he dominated, Dominated. Rudy Gobert does not want to come out and D Al Horford at that three-point line. He is not going to contest those shots, and because he's mainly a inside the paint defender here. Al Horford is a perfect pick and pop guy. Set him up in some deep range situations where he can knock down the three-point ball. He had 47.8 fantasy points against the Minnesota Timberwolves in that previous game, right? Struggled in the past 3 of the last 5 games. This is a spot where he can definitely bounce back at 5,500. Give me Al Horford. And in Minnesota across the board, they've been 22nd in points, allowing 20.2. They're 27th in field goals made, allowing 7.73. They're 30th in the league in field goal percentage, allowing 53.5. They're 20th in the league in rebounds, allowing 10.33. They're 26th in the league at assists, allowing 3.44. And they're 26th in blocks, allowing 1.38. So Al Horford at this cheap price of 5,500 has the upside to give you 30, has the upside to give you 40, with the advantage on offense in situations and pick and rolls and pick and pops. Al Horford is definitely someone we can look towards. Love him at his current price. All right. Next at the power forward position will be Jaren Jackson Jr. JJ, Triple J here against the Miami Heat. You think this would be a bad spot, but shockingly, the Miami Heat have been giving up big games against opposing power forwards and centers here. All right. Tightly contested, lower scoring, more rebounds, opportunities, steals, blocks, very gritty type of game here. That's what we're expecting from Jaren Jackson. He struggled in the past 2 games, dropped his price all the way to under 8K. So this is where we hop on the upside here with no John Morant. We're going to go with Jaren Jackson at this current price here at 7,800. Love him here against Miami. A lot of people are going to shy away from this, but this is a very good spot for him. All right, now let's go on to the centers. At the center position, we're going with someone familiar here in Domantas Sabonis. He came through for us with flying colors against the Milwaukee Bucks. 71 fantasy points and a triple-double. We're going back to the well here. The Chicago Bulls struggle against opposing bigs, especially down on those glasses, giving up a ton of rebounds. If we're going across the board here, the Chicago Bulls are 29th in points, allowing 18.05. They're 29th in field goals made, allowing 7.23. They're 21st in the league at field goal percentage, allowing 56% shooting from the field goals. They're 21st in the league in rebounds, allowing 11.49. They're 28th in steals, allowing 1.11, and they're 30th in blocks, allowing 2.51. So we can have a huge upside game here for Domantas Sabonis. We're putting a double-double on the board. We're putting some upside of assists on the board, of steals, and even blocks. He's not much of a blocker here. So Domantas Sabonis at 10,100 is someone we're going back to the well. Hopefully give us another repeat 70 bomb here against the Chicago Bulls. And then Our last choice for the center will be Draymond Green, high energy. In these tightly contested playoff similar type of games, Draymond usually tends to step up here. $6,100 in price, and we have upside for someone that can get 8, 9, 10 points, that can get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 assists, that can get 8, 9, 10, 11 rebounds. So we're looking at a potential triple-double, hopefully, if everything goes perfectly. But at 6,100, this is a very good price for Draymond Green. That's going to get a ton of minutes, a ton of time on the court, possibilities to be a very tightly contested game. And that's where he really shows through with all his abilities, where he is clutch. This is why this trio that they got here for the Golden State Warriors works so well. So Draymond Green already averaging 35 fantasy points against the Clippers. We want a little bit more from him, but he is already averaging 11 points per game, 9.3 assists, and 7 rebounds against the Clippers. These are very good numbers for a very mid-price center here, and you pay up at some other spots. Let's go on to FanDuel and find the values. For the value, we're going to start off with Jaden Hardy here, the Dallas Mavericks point guard or slasher here that we got here, can score in bunches, and we've been loading up on him ever since there's no Luka Doncic and or Kyrie Irving. So if one of those two are out or both of those out, that's when we can look towards Jaden Hardy. We got a Q tag on Tim Hardaway Jr., so that's going to give more opportunity here for Jaden Hardy, and he's been phenomenal. Back-to-back games of over 20 real points here, 22 against Memphis, and back-to-back games over 20, as you can see, 28 and 22. Put in 8 rebounds in that previous game there. Definitely a spark. They've risen his price to $6,400. Don't have any problem going towards him there. Still at a value at his current price because of usage and opportunity. All right. Next, we have Austin Reeves here, the Los Angeles Lakers, pretty much 6-man here. He's been a bright spot, a great pickup here, a great draft pick. In 3 previous games, 29 fantasy points against Toronto, 35 against Memphis, and 34 against Golden State. He provides a spark, energy. Love him at $5,700 in salary. Going up against the Houston Rockets, where this is definitely a spot where you can see the Lakers blow out a team and really give run to their bench guys. He's going to be one of those spark plugs that's going to provide points, rebounds, assists, and even blocks and steals. So like him at $5,700, definitely someone that you can consider. Plus, he has dual eligibility at small forward and shooting guard. And then last but not least, we have rookie Keegan Murray. He is someone that you can go towards in the limited spots here. But the Kings here in this matchup, I expect him to have 25 to 30 fantasy points here. Someone that's going to get 30 plus minutes. He's someone that we can consider at $5,400. No one's going to go towards him because of 2 bad performances against Milwaukee and Phoenix, but the upside is there in Keegan if things get cooking. 30 against the Knicks, 39 against OKC, 34 against OKC, 30 against the Clippers. So you see the upside here. That's what we're looking towards. And this is one of those spots because they do come a little bit few in between here. We're going to take a shot on Keegan Murray at this value price here, $5,400. Like him as well. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get engaged, okay? Get engaged and hit that subscribe button, all right? I've been at this same point here over and over. Let's get past 1.27. I want to see 1.28. I want to see 1.29. I want to see 1.3. Let's click that subscribe button. If you're tuning in, don't be shy and click that like button as well. And I'll be back with another video very soon, all right? Peace out.